here we go. Lesson 9.4. We're going to compare fractions today again. So Common Core Standards, still working on the same one, developing and understanding that fractions are indeed numbers. Our objectives today is to compare fractions by using models and strategies involving the size of the pieces in the whole. So again, using your fraction strips and fraction circles. Essential question, what strategies can you use to compare fractions? So we're going to look at a couple of different strategies in order to do that. We've done strategies since 9.1, so I'll pull some of those in too. Problem of the day, getting our brains warmed up. The art teacher buys 5 new paint sets. Each set has 9 jars of paint. How many new jars of paint does the art teacher have? So she bought 5 new sets. Okay, and each set has 9 jars, and they want to know the total. So each set has 9, so we're going to multiply. 5 times 9, you should know really fast. And the question says how many new jars, so you're going to label it new jars of paint. And 5 times 9 is 45. Should have gotten that pretty quick. With your brain warmed up, we're going to do another little warm-up today. What number added to 8 equals 100? So I'm sorry, oh, I did not read that right. What number added to 8 equals 10? So I'm going to be at 8, and I want to get to 10. How many jumps did I do? 8 plus 2 equals 10. Super easy. How far away from 20 is 23? So you're at 20, or you're going to go to 23. 20 plus 3 equals 23. And what number do you add to 56 to get to 60? So 56 plus 4 equals 60. Well, let's go ahead and look at the one that I read incorrectly. What number added to 8 equals 100? Should be able to go 8 to 100 and know that 8 plus 92 equals 100. Okay, now our brains are really warmed up, hopefully, so we're going to jump right into our lesson. In your Go math book, you should be on page 363. Luca and Anne are eating the same size small pizza. One plate has 3/4 of Luke's cheese pizza. Another plate has 5/6 of Anne's sausage pizza. Whose plate has more pizza? Okay. How many pieces make up each pizza? So if we look at the cheese pizza, your denominator tells you the total number of pieces. So the cheese pizza is split into 4 pieces. And if we look at the sausage pizza, your denominator tells you how many total pieces there are, and it's 5/6. So it's 6 pieces. So now we're going to compare 3/4 and 5/6. You can compare them with the drawing that they did. It says first shade 3/4 of Luca's pizza. So we have it split into 4ths, so we're going to color in 3/4. And 5/6 of Anna's pizza. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And look whose has the better pizza piece. 1/6 is less than 1/4. A smaller piece is missing from Anne's pizza. So we know that 1/6 is smaller than 1/4. If a smaller pizza is missing from Anne's pizza, she must have more pizza. So Anne's plate has more pizza. Okay. So both of these were on their pieces. Both of these were on their plates. Anne has more pizza on her plate. Okay, Morgan ran 2/3 mile. Alexa ran 1/3 mile. Who ran further? Our denominators are the same, so you know that 2 is greater than 1. So who ran the 2 was Morgan. Okay. When the denominators are the same, you can compare only the number of pieces or the numerators. Okay. 2 different ways to solve those problems. First one, our denominator wasn't the same. The second one, our denominator was the same. Okay, turning to page 364, I'm just looking at the top piece of that page. Miss Davis is making a fruit salad with 3/4 pound cherries and 3/8 pound strawberries. Which weighs less? The strawberries. So we're comparing 3/4 and 3/8. Okay. The numerators are the same, so we're going to look at the denominator to compare the pieces. Oops, I'm just starting to fill in numbers. So you're looking at the denominators of 4 and 8. They already put sign in here. I didn't pay attention to that, so I started writing. So which one of those has a smaller denominator, which tells you it's going to have bigger pieces? 8 is smaller than 4. So the 3/4 is bigger, and so the one that weighs less is strawberries. Yours should fit since you're not writing with a big smartboard marker. Okay, so our numerators were the same, so we looked at the denominators to compare. Okay, they both had 3 on top for the numerators. So we're looking at 8 and 4, and 4 is smaller, so we know that there are less pieces, so the fraction is bigger. Okay. Looking at the bottom of that page, the share and show part, you're still on page 364. We're going to compare 7/8 and 5/6, and you're going to think about what is missing in each of the wholes. Then we're going to write greater than, less than, or equal to. So 7/8 and 5/6. So our first one is broken into 8 pieces. So we're going to color in 7 of them. Okay. And the next one is broken into 6 pieces, and we need to color 5 of them. Okay. So what is missing from each of the wholes, and which one of those is bigger, shows us this is a bigger missing piece. So (7/8) is greater than 5/6. Okay, we colored more in on the 1/8 piece than we did on the 1/6 piece. So that one is bigger. Okay. Compare, write greater than, less than, or equal to, write the strategy you used. Okay. So we've talked about missing pieces, we've talked about the same denominator, and we've talked about the same numerator. So if we look at 1/2 and 2/3, which one is bigger? I'm going to just draw 2 here. I'm going to cut 1 in 2 pieces, and I'm going to cut 1 in 3 pieces. I'm going to color 1/3. I'm going to color 2 of these. Which one of those is bigger? More colored is 2/3. And the strategy I used was the missing pieces. You may have chose to solve that a little bit different. Oh, number 3, an easy one. 3/4 and 2/4. My denominators are the same, so I'm going to do the strategy of same denominator. And then I'm just going to look at the numerator, and I know 3 is greater than 2. Okay. Go ahead and try number 4 and number 5 on your own. Number 4, you should be looking at the numerator because they are both the same. Okay, looking at number 4, we're going to look at the same numerator, 3/8 and 3/6. The numerators are both 3, so I'm going to look at my denominators of 8 and 6. And since 6 is smaller, they're going to be bigger pieces. And on number 5, I probably would have to draw it out. So the one that is colored in more, 7/8, so I used missing pieces again. You see, it doesn't take me very long to draw those out, so that really is a good strategy, and it's great that if you miss something, we can go back and look at that and figure out what it is that was missing. So new strategies, they are saying, is you're missing pieces. So again, it goes back to your previous lessons where you color in the pieces and see which one it has more colored in. Okay? On your own, you're going to compare using the greater than, less than, or equal to, and write the strategy that you use. That's what we just did on the previous page. So go back and replay that if you need to. On the bottom, you're going to name a fraction that is less than or greater than the given fraction, and then draw to justify your answer. So yes, I do want a drawing on these. Okay, so number 12, it wants you to do something that is bigger than 2/3. Number 13, less than 2/3. Number 14, less than. Number 15, greater than. Okay, so go ahead and you are going to draw on those. Then you're going to complete unlock the problem, draw it out, complete the diagram, and then you have the bottom one of 18 with Luke and Seth have empty glasses. Mr. Gable pours 3/4 cup of orange juice in Seth's glass, then he pours 1/4 cup of orange juice into Luke's glass. Which statement is correct? Luke has less orange juice than Seth. Luke has more juice than Seth. Seth has less orange juice than Luke. Or Luke and Seth have the same amount of orange juice. So again, there should be a drawing there. You have space to draw it, and then shade it in and give me the correct statement. Okay? This is the end of lesson 9.4. Once you get done with your independent practice pieces, go back and review anything you need to from 9.1 to 9.4, because the next assignment you will have is your mid-chapter checkpoint. So I want you to make sure that you understand 9.1 through 9.4 with comparing fractions. Go back and watch anything that may not have made sense to you. Okay? And really, actually, what would really help you is if you go back and you look at your essential questions in your math journal, because those have it all written in your own words. So your essential question for today, these can you use to compare fractions. Those are the 3 that we just worked with. And then your math journal question, explain how to use the missing pieces strategy to compare 2 fractions. That's what we just did with coloring them in and see what was missing. And include a diagram with your explanation, which means you are going to draw it out. Okay? So if you go back and you review your journal entries from 9.1 to 9.4, make sure you review your vocabulary page that was at the beginning of the lesson with 9.1. Should still be in your big math book. That will help you be better prepared and ready for your mid-chapter checkpoint when it is assigned to you on the board.